Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Happy Thanksgiving Tuesday. I'm making that a thing all week, and I'm really excited about it. You're looking at time-lapse video coming from Magna. It was really pretty. I love seeing the city lights. We've got clean air. Clouds were out there this morning, but those cleared as we made it into the afternoon. And tonight, gorgeous skies. Scott catching this one in Cedar City, Iron County, looking lovely with that pop of color. And that northwest flow out there. Clouds starting to move back in as we head into the overnight. Our northwest flow keeping temperatures at bay. It's cooler air, and you noticed that today because temperatures didn't make it into the 50s like we have the last several days. That cold front not only brought cooler air, but it also brought clean air, forecasted to stick around as we head into tomorrow. Department of Air Quality calling for green air along the Wasatch Front, even though high pressure is going to start to build. By Thanksgiving, we could maybe see a little haze, but we'll keep an eye on it. Time-lapse video from southern Utah, low 60s today in Ivins with fairly clear skies. That sun was going down. 46 for the high in Salt Lake. That is average. We're supposed to feel the way we felt today, but tomorrow we're going to warm it up a few degrees. 60s in St. George. 59 is the average high in St. George this time of year. We had 40s and 50s on the eastern side of the state. Lots of 40s, 30s in southwestern Wyoming. So we look at the temperature change from 24 hours ago. It really tells the weather story of that cold front and the northwest flow. Temperatures in Logan, Salt Lake, big departures here. 13 degrees colder right now in Wendover than where we were yesterday. And you can see exactly how far that cooler air has seeped into the Beehive State with Cedar City 5 degrees cooler than where they were. Heading into the overnight, we've got 30s right around the freezing point. Partly cloudy skies. We could see low to mid 30s along the Wasatch Front for those overnight lows into tomorrow. So a cold start, but during the day that high pressure builds, meaning that Turkey Day, we get above average temperatures. We're talking 8 to 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. We will see warming for tomorrow and quiet conditions, which is good for travel. But you notice the drop off on our temperature trend with colder air moving in for the holiday weekend and perhaps the latter half of the weekend when everyone's coming back or coming home. High temperature trend mimics the pattern in the north down south as we get cooler air moving into southern Utah for the weekend. Wet weather potential is there, but not for the next couple of days. As we head into tomorrow, we're just looking at some clouds. If you're driving to grandma's house or you're flying over the Beehive State, quiet conditions with that high pressure bringing sinking air and moisture kind of stays out of our neck of the woods through Thanksgiving and even into the beginning of Black Friday. Then some changes are brewing. We'll look at those. Here's a look at that Thanksgiving forecast. What are you bringing? Well, we're bringing partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 50s and low 60s, depending on how far south you go. If you head further south, you'll get those pleasant 60s and a little more sunshine. As we take a check on snow and Thanksgiving. You hear this a lot. Okay, typically it's colder by now and we've seen snow. Well, we crunched the numbers and you know, we only 21% of the time have an inch or more of snow on the ground. So it's not uncommon that we're dry and we are going to see dry conditions. When is it actually snowing? More than a trace, only 14% of the time. So here we are, temperatures will be above average, but we're not missing out on much. It's just not uncommon to have no snow for Thanksgiving. As we look at the upper level futurecast, it shows why we're not going to have any, and it's that ridge of high pressure that continues to build. It brings in the warmer temperatures and sunshine. We know it acts as a storm block, and so we're going to see that moisture go around it. But in the latest model runs, this upper level low, well, looks a little more promising for precipitation. It's going to dig. And we get a series of storms Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday that could bring some snow showers to the valley floor as well as mountain snow to northern, central, and even portions of southern Utah. We're going to watch the path of that, but it's starting to look a little more promising. There's a trailing low that's going to keep us a bit unsettled, which means cold air for sure. Confidence is high that we get colder temperatures as we head into December. 40s and 50s for tomorrow, 50s in Moab, 50s in Cedar, 60s in St. George. We're going to see those 40s holding on in Wendover and Vernal. Looking at the St. George 7-day here, those 60s are above average, and then cooler air starts to move on in, and we see those numbers dropping into the 50s. As we check the Wasatch Front, we also see a dip in temperatures. We go from above average on Thanksgiving with a high of 56 to 30s by Sunday and Monday. With that mixed precipitation, we're watching snow potential, but for now, your travel day is a thumbs up and so's your holiday, and sports is coming up next.